様が出撃してもダメなのですか？
え？
そのお力はそのためにあるのではないかと私は思うのです。
ちょっと、それどこのアニメの引用？
兄上様、どうか。
わかったよ。変身。
On the real, this anime is pretty good. Yo, so Charles, I think I wrote down Charlotte is so cute, probably like 10 times. As you guys know, if you don't know, what's up? I'm Dom from the Otaku Room. I review anime weekly, blah, 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 blah. That's me. Subscribe. Trust me, you'll regret it. That's why you should do it. But I take notes when I'm watching a show, right? Like, I'll take notes. A lot of times I can just be watching and typing on my keyboard, same time. Sometimes I have to pause, write my notes, maybe go back 10 seconds and kind of keep watching. But I literally wrote down Charlotte's so cute, Charlotte's so cute, Charlotte's so cute. And I really do think like she elevates the show. Like in all, right? Like our main character is awesome. And I think he is really funny. He's passive and he gives in really easy. He definitely gives in really easy to Charlotte. And I think that is really cute. I think he even gave in to go and fighting for justice and putting on a ridiculous outfit and doing things just because Charlotte asked him to. He's a total pushover for his sister. I think that's the cutest thing. But it went from her originally avoiding him to following him to pestering him to stalking him, and now she's like attached at the hip. He taught her Japanese. He showed her anime. She became a low-key otaku. She basically said, if I can't watch anime, I'll just sleep. Nothing else to do in life. It's hilarious and so effing cute. And I just think that she really elevates the show. And this episode, I laughed a lot, and I think when it comes to these kind of like lower budget isekai, fantasy world type anime, the things that can really separate them from other shows in the same caliber is the writing, of course, character development, world building, and stuff like that. Even if they don't have the highest budget, like if you remember a few seasons ago, we had how a realist became king, or how a realist became the hero, or something like how a realist rebuilt the kingdom or something like that. It was a low budget show, but what elevated that show was the amazing writing of this show and the captivation that it had and the world building. Even though budget wise and panelistic wise, what I mean is like the panels that it presented, the animation it presented on screen was very simplistic and minimal. A lot of times with stills, with voiceover and stuff. And I think that this falls in a similar category, but instead of going towards really well written, although I think it is interesting, the plot's pretty cool. I like what it's doing. I think where it elevates the show from is being funny, him being pessimistic and passive and a little funny in that way. Charlotte being overly cute, and then you have everything else in there dynamic, between each other. The dynamic that Charlotte has, the dynamic that he has with Flay or Flane or whatever. The dynamic that he has between him and his father. Even in this episode, he goes ham, and his father's like, I don't know. He just said he level 2, so he doesn't know why. He's like, so I just figured, yep, that's what he is. And the prince is like, yo, what do you mean that's what he is? Like, do some more research, bro. Like, I just think that all these different things that are on top of each other really elevate this show and make it a really good time to watch. And I'm just loving this one so much. So, honestly, 9 out of 10. I think this episode and the past ones have just been incredible. I really love it. I love it a lot. It brings a smile to my face, and I think that's where this is what I live for when it comes to anime. Is like these are the shows that I love dedicating my time to because I just really enjoy watching. I feel like I'm making an investment, and it's paying it forward with really entertaining content, and I think that's what's really cool about it. Let's kind of talk through the different events that happened this episode, though. I think I'll make I'll say something first, and then we'll go through the events. The episode ended with him defeating the prince, the now prince, which is technically his brother, sibling, or whatever. He embarrassed the hell out of him. The princess said sorry to him. The princess is actually stronger than the prince. The princess is stronger than the prince. And then he thinks like, oh, because I just gave the showing of power, would my real parents now come looking for me? He's like, nah, that can't happen. They gave me away. They threw me away. It ain't gonna happen. It's probably gonna happen at some point, depending on what information his dad divulged to to his brother and stuff like that. Okay, so let's go. So first off, Charlotte off the chain. This episode with a lot of cuteness. He talks a lot about studying ancient magic. Her sister tells him that in the castle's archives there is ancient magic, and we come to find out that ancient magic is attributeless magic, which is essentially what he is in his soul. So we basically found out this episode that this whole entire time he actually has been doing ancient magic. He finds out that there's even gods who can travel between worlds, so hey, that's interesting. And he eventually uses a link to connect to Japanese internet. Literally internet. And I effing lost it at this moment too. He talks about anime to his sister and she wants to know more about it. So he's like, he spends a little while trying to figure it out. I was like, is he going to make anime out of his memories, similar to how Rimuru does in the slime anime? He just does it straight from his memories, like when it comes to manga and stuff. No. He's actually able to log into the Japanese internet via magic. And he says something that his subscription services used in the past world should still be paid for and live. They were, and I lost it. Then I lost it again. And when I say lost, I mean like I was really hella laughing. I was laughing again when he made a child's account for Charlotte. I thought that was the cutest thing ever. So he basically streamed a bunch of different anime, kind of like the Power Rangers versions, the different Ranger stuff for them, like Sailor Moon, what do they call Puru Puru, and like some other different types of really kids anime. I thought they're really, really, really cute and funny. He ends up having to teach her Japanese though, because he doesn't speak Japanese in this world. He speaks a different language. So he teaches her katakana and hiragana and all the other ganas that they got over there, and she picks up on complete Japanese in 2 weeks, because not only is she 5, but she's a genius. She's incredibly talented. He eventually has to limit her to 3 hours a day. Again, effing funny, as she throws a hissy fit about it. She follows him around everywhere. Where he subsequently tells her like, "Hey, no matter where you follow me, we're not watching no more anime," which I thought was really, really funny. Then she came to sleep with him. Mom is cheering them on for getting closer. Then she ends up gaslighting her brother into going and fighting, and uses his powers for justice and bringing the land and stuff. He's a pushover. He ends up calling his character "Don't know yet," and. He ends up creating his dummy successfully. Charles says, "Which one's mine?" He says, "Neither." I thought that was really, really funny and really cute. Then we meet Princess Marian and Princess Laius. And Laius, for whatever reason, like our main character didn't say even a word at all, but he challenges him to a fight. He ends up just throwing the fight and saying, "Oh, forgive me, spare me," which again, hilarious. But then the prince says something like, "Oh, just fight back already." He's like, "I could do that." So he whoops his ass. Everyone's stunned by him outside of his father. And then we get back to where I ended, we get back to where I started, which is him contemplating of his original family finding him. But essentially, this episode, he met his biological sister and biological brother, and his brother is a piece of work. His sister seems nice, though, but nobody can replace our real sister, which is Charlotte. So anyways, let me know what you guys thought of this episode. I loved it. I'm in love with this anime. I understand, again, it's budget. It's probably mediocre. It's isekai. It's all of it. It's junk food anime. It's popcorn anime. It's not for everybody. So if you're dropping it, no hate, no shame. You know what I mean? It just isn't for you. That's cool. But for me, I'm loving it. So let me know what you think in the comments down below, and I'll see you guys next Saturday. Peace.